I'm just feeling really over it and wanting to get the show on the road. Good morning, welcome to my 37-week pregnancy update. I'm filming this bright and early in the morning again, which feels so weird because I normally film during Grace's nap time, but Grace is at a sleepover at Grandma's again, so I thought I would just get this out of the way and film it bright and early. So I'm 37 weeks, which is crazy because this could be like potentially the last update video I film. My doctor thinks that she will come between 38 and 39 weeks, so that is like, today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, I turn 38 weeks, so that's like any time in the next week. But who really knows? Only the baby. She could come at 42 weeks, which would suck. The only upside to that, if she came 2 weeks late, then my original doctor, who I absolutely love, would deliver her. But I don't want to wait that long. So anyways, at 37 weeks, the baby is the size of romaine lettuce. Oh, that focused. So that means she's about 18.9 inches and about 6.17 pounds. She has new skills: inhaling, exhaling, sucking, gripping, and blinking. So that's about it. The other app says she's the size, whoa, that does not want to work. It's supposed to be a honeydew melon. Why is that? Anyways, it's a honeydew melon. I feel like a honeydew melon is not a really good, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of small because I think the pictures or whatever, the little like vegetables, I think it's more about the length, not about like the overall size of the baby. But I feel like lettuce is a lot longer than honeydew melon is. But anyways, jumping into my symptoms. This week I noticed, I think it was last week or this week, I don't know, recently I had to renew my driver's license, and I totally didn't even think, but of course they take a new picture every time you renew your driver's license, and I noticed in that picture, I think it must have been last week and I meant to talk about it, but it just totally slipped my mind, but I've noticed that my lips are more like plump or swollen, I don't know what the right word is, retaining water, I don't know, my face hasn't gotten as swollen this time, pretty sure because I just in general haven't gained as much weight as I did last time, but I've noticed my lips, I really noticed it in that picture at like the driver's license place, that my lips looked more swollen, and now after that I notice when I look at them in the mirror or when I like take a photo, I notice that they look more swollen or plump than they normally do. So just a random thing I've noticed. I don't have any new stretch marks, and I wanted to talk about like stretch marks. With my last pregnancy, I used I can't remember, I used like some like Burt's Bees lemon scented oil, something or other, I can't really remember exactly what it was called, and I loved it. I loved the way it smelled. I used it all up. I don't know if it did anything. I also then, once I ran out of that, I started using bio oil, and I used creams and stuff, but I did end up getting stretch marks right at the very end in the last few weeks, but I think it's just because I got so huge. But yeah, I can't even remember, it was like 38 weeks, or like it was right at the end of my pregnancy, and they're like right at the bottom, like right under my belly, sort of, if that makes sense. And then I also got some on like my inside of my legs and my hips, sort of my sides, hips area, but I haven't gotten any new ones this time around, and I literally haven't done anything. I've put bio oil on my belly maybe 2 or 3 times, maybe. The only other thing that I've done is in the shower, I've like rubbed like a scrub, like a gritty scrub all over my belly. I put it on my arms because I always have like little bumps on my arms, but I thought it can't hurt to like rub on my belly. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if it's genetic or what, but I haven't gotten any new stretch marks. I don't think my mom ever really got a lot of stretch marks, but I know she didn't get very big because I was a very small baby. So yeah, I think it's like a lot genetics if you get stretch marks or not, but I just assumed that I would get more this pregnancy because last time I did stuff to prevent it and I still got them. So I just kind of assumed that I would get them this time around, so I didn't really do anything about it, and I haven't gotten any new ones. Although there is still time because most of the ones I got last time were right at the end. The other symptom that has just been driving me crazy is that I can't sleep. I just can't sleep all the time. And I remember having pregnancy insomnia with Grace, like the last few weeks or whatever. I just could never sleep. I remember I would stay up till like 2 a.m. editing videos all the time because I just couldn't sleep. I don't like staying up editing videos now because I'd have to come all the way out here. Our computer used to be in the bedroom, but now it's out here, and I could do it on my laptop, but usually I just lay in bed looking at my phone. It sucks. I can never get to sleep like at night, like in the evenings, and then if I do get to sleep at like a fairly decent time, I'll wake up at like 5 or like 4:30 in the morning. Of course I have to go pee, so I get up and go pee, and then I can't get back to sleep, and it's so frustrating. Last night I could not get to sleep. Grace was at my mom's first sleepover, and I ended up just getting up at like midnight and like organizing stuff in the nursery for like half an hour because I just couldn't sleep. So I figured I may as well just get up and do something about it. And to go along with the sleep, when I do sleep, I've been having the weirdest dreams. Like I mentioned before, a couple weeks ago or last week or something, that I was having like scary-ish dreams. I haven't been having scary dreams this past week, but just dreams that don't make any sense, that like I wake up from and I'm literally like, what just happened? Like, what even was that? And I can't remember them after like 5 minutes of waking up, but I just know that they don't make any sense and they're so weird. The one thing I remember about my dream last night, I was like leaving a hotel, like driving home from somewhere like far away, like 4 or 5 hours away from home, and I had like a baby, but it would switch back and forth between being like a newborn kitten and being a baby, like a newborn tiny like 6-pound baby. Super weird, doesn't make any sense. I have no idea, and I was trying to like figure out the name. I remember that. So anyways, that's a bit about my weird dreams. The only other symptom that I wrote down is that hiccups. This baby has been having the hiccups so much. On Monday night, I specifically wrote down she had them for like quite a while. I didn't time how long it was, but like quite a while she was having the hiccups, but pretty much once a night, almost every single night, she has the hiccups. And I remember that with Grace as well, that she had the hiccups in the last few weeks all the time. I'm sure they have the hiccups like earlier, like not just at the last few weeks of pregnancy, but I can feel them like a lot. Like every time she has them, I can feel them. Still feeling out of breath when I talk a lot, although I do feel like she has dropped, but I don't know. I suck at like feeling things. Everyone's like, oh, you'll know when she drops. I kept hearing that when I was pregnant with Grace, and I never knew. But thinking about it in hindsight, I don't think she actually dropped until the day of or day before labor. I went back and watched some old, really cringy vlogs of the day before I went into labor, and I showed my belly, and when I showed my belly in the mirror, I said that I think she looked like she maybe dropped. But thinking back on what I remember, I don't really remember feeling that feeling of pressure like she dropped until the day that I was in labor. I felt like I had to pee all the time, and I'm pretty sure that's part of feeling pressure. So I feel like I have to pee all the time, but I think that might just be because this baby's been on my bladder from like day one, as soon as she was big enough. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings between if she's dropped or not. Part of me feels like she could come this weekend. Part of me feels like, no, we're gonna go right to the due date. So I have no idea. So on Tuesday, I had my doctor's appointment, and my GBS test swab thing came back negative, which is the very first thing she told me, and I was so excited. It was such a relief to know that it came back negative. She actually said all the tests from last week were negative, so that's good. That's a good thing for everyone else who's pregnant in my town. Yeah, I'm just so thankful, because I really hate IVs, and I really would rather not have things connected to me. And also, I meant to mention last week or whenever, it must have been last week, I was talking about IVs. When I went to a like prenatal baby class thing before, like when I was pregnant with Grace, the nurse or whoever, I don't remember, the instructor told us that if you're planning on breastfeeding, ask for them, if you have to get an IV, to put the IV in the side of your wrist opposed to on the top. I didn't even think of it. Obviously, I had just given birth, and that was the last thing on my mind, but I should have, because I didn't even really understand when the instructor told us this why. She just kind of mentioned it, and I didn't understand, so I guess because I didn't understand, it wasn't that important to me. But I definitely suggest it. For sure, do this. If you have any inkling that you want to breastfeed, ask for the IV to be in the side and not here, because it was so painful. Like, it was probably more painful trying to like breastfeed, like holding the baby's head and stuff with the IV there, than even getting the IV put in the first place. like, I don't know how, because like the blanket or whatever is pushing on the IV. I don't even really know why it was so painful, but the IV was just always in the way. I think it must have been breastfeeding on this side. I can't remember. One side it was fine and the other side it was so painful, like it hurt my hand, it hurt where the IV was. So I definitely, if I do have to get one of those this time around, want to remember to ask to put it in the side of the wrist. But I gained, I think, 2 pounds. I didn't write down how much I gained, I just wrote down what my weight was. My blood pressure and the fundal height, like the height of my belly or whatever, she didn't tell me what they were. I meant to ask, which I just forgot, but she said perfect when she checked them, so they're obviously fine. Like I mentioned, she thinks baby will come between 38 and 39 weeks because Grace was born at like 39 weeks and 3 days or something like that, 2 days or 4 days. She was born just after 39 weeks, and generally speaking, your second baby comes a few days earlier than your first baby. So that would put her between like 38 and 39 weeks. So that is next week, which of course is the week that my mom is away. She has a work trip from September 11th to 14th. So that's a little bit stressful that she's going to be gone, because that is my #1 choice for where Grace to be. Grace is super comfortable there. She's been for a sleepover there twice. So of course that's kind of, I don't know, stressful, I guess, but we'll make do and we'll figure it out. We have lots of people that are definitely willing to help out with Grace. I'm just nervous about like the nap time and like bedtime routines, because my mom has done those, whereas other people haven't done them on their own. Although hopefully Mika will be able to help with like nighttime, like bedtime routine, because Mika has done that routine with Greg and I many times, so she at least knows how we normally do bedtime and can definitely be a big help to whoever else is doing that routine. So that's definitely like makes it a little bit less stressful that hopefully Mika will be around, but she is back in school now, so she won't be around for nap time. And then, so yeah, my mom's away from the 11th to the 14th, and then my doctor is actually away at a wedding on the 15th, which is my birthday, which is kind of the day that I think she'll be born. So she's away for that whole day, and then like half of the next day, obviously, like to travel back home. And then on the she kept saying the Monday, so I assume she means the following Monday, the 17th. She's away for half a day to take her friend to like a doctor's appointment out of town, but she'll only be away for half the day. So I kind of want this baby to just come before the 11th, which today is, what is today? Today is the 7th. So if she could come before the 11th, that would make things way easier, because if she doesn't, I kind of want her to wait till after the 17th so I can have my doctor deliver the baby. She said that the other doctors are really great, the other doctors like in her clinic, or it might just end up being the on-call doctor. She'll let me know next week who is working those times that she's away, but basically she said I'll be in good hands, but obviously I would prefer my own doctor to deliver my baby. So she said to call her as soon as possible if I'm feeling any contractions, because I had such a fast labor with Grace that we need to like be on top of it this time. I arrived, I don't think I ever did a birth story video. I always wanted to do a birth story video for Grace, like for Grace's birth on here, but I never did. But basically when I got to the hospital, I was 9 centimeters dilated and didn't really believe that I was even in real labor, but clearly I was. So this time there's no waiting, we need to just go. So there's that. She said that if I am feeling a lot of contractions, she can do a check and just see how far along and like how far dilated I am or whatever, just to check. Or she can also, if I am or not having a lot of contractions, if I'm just feeling really over it and wanting to get the show on the road, that she can do a membrane sweep to like get things going. Although I don't think that's something that I want to do, because I would rather my body just go into labor the way that it's supposed to. It did the first time, so there's no reason to think why I shouldn't just go into labor this time whenever my body and my baby is when my baby is ready. If I had gone like way overdue last time, then I would definitely consider getting a membrane sweep this time, but there's no reason to think that I should really go overdue this time around, so we'll see. But I don't think I want to do a membrane sweep. She's not concerned, everything looks good. that's pretty much all I have to say about my doctor's appointment. Last night we installed the car seat base in the car. We have like the infant car seat, so you put the base down and then like the car seat that comes in and out. So we didn't put, I can't talk. My brain is going faster than my mouth. Or is it the other way around? Anyways, we didn't put the car seat in yet because just in case we need to drive anybody else in our van, it's easy to climb over the car seat base, but if the car seat itself is there, it's kind of in the way, so we just decided to install the base so that it is in, but the car seat can just like click in at any time. And we built the crib last night. I was gonna show a picture. We put it in Grace's tiny little room, so it's officially the girls' room now. It's not just Grace's room. So basically, you can see the lighter crib is Grace's crib and the darker one is the new baby's crib. Yeah, so that was super exciting to have, like, it is super exciting to have the crib built. Like, the car seat's in, or the car seat base is in, and the crib is built. Like, this is real now. Not that it hasn't been real, but yeah. And the crib was way easier to build this time than to build Grace's. We had such a hard time building Grace's. I had no idea why. Felt pretty much like the same. They're almost identical cribs. They're different brands, but it's pretty much the same process. And then the only other thing that I have is this little outfit that my mom brought. My mom went into town the other day, so she picked up this outfit for the baby so that she would have something new. And also because she was getting Grace's little, like, second birthday present. She got Grace a swing set for her birthday, so she wanted to get her just something else little. So she picked up this elephant, oh, is it not gonna focus? So elephant outfit, so here's the onesie. And then it comes with this just plain, super gender neutral, super soft. It's just like stripes. It's got like gray there. It just has the snaps in the like butt part. And then this little elephant bib. So cute. And then these are probably my favorite part. The little pants that have the feet attached. They're just gray. I absolutely love these pants that have the feet attached. I think they're just the cutest little thing on babies. So that's all I have to talk about, so I will just show my bump now. Here's my belly. Wow, I feel like it looks a lot bigger this week. At 37 weeks, let's take this off. So here's my bump at 37 weeks. My belly button, again, I don't know, is half popped out. It's pretty flat. Here's the other side with the shirt on. The shirt off. Yeah, I feel like I'm looking a lot bigger this week. Maybe not, I don't know. I feel like I look a lot bigger this week, even when I look in the mirror. It always feels bigger when I look with my shirt off, but that's it for this week's update. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to follow my journey. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!